This one sold for $125 plus shipping. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the Commonwealth cabin. And we have a few sales. We have a few really good sales today. A couple of things that I might squeeze one of them on tomorrow's show, but there's one sale at least today that's really good as far as price-wise. And if you've been selling on eBay for a while and you sell all kinds of different things, you know that this one is good. And it's in the electronics field, but it's not something that's hard to ship. A lot of people are scared to do electronics because you got to clean them, or they're heavy, or they're big, or they're hard to ship, or the return rate's higher. There's a lot of reasons to be kind of scared with vintage electronics. But this one is well worth it because you can almost always find them dirt cheap at garage sales. People don't think they're worth anything, and they give them to you for next to nothing sometimes, and they could end up being worth over $100. And this one was today as well. And they're not hard to ship, you know. It's not that big giant receiver or something like that. It's a little bit smaller than that. Haven't sold one in a while. Usually I buy them all year and then they accumulate and then I'll sell them all off at the same time. And I already sold a bunch off earlier this year, but this one I waited for. Actually, I didn't. That's a lie. This one was stuffed in the bottom of my death pile and I discovered it the other day. So I'm happy I did because it sold for a lot of money. Let's take a look. All right, this is not that item. I used to sell these referee shirts, umpire shirts, basketball, football. This one happens to be a lineman for football. You used to sell them a lot. I used to pick them up at the Goodwill for $4 and sell them. Now I wouldn't do that. Just, you know, with COVID and everything like that, it's, you know, a lot of sports, just there's not as many people out there playing and doing things. You know, maybe next year they'll start picking up again. Hopefully, let's hope it does anyways. And this one just hung around and hung around and hung around, and it finally sold. And I can't remember what it sold for. Let me tell you what. It sold for $12.95 plus shipping. And oddly enough, it sold after the football season, but before the football season in some places. And I didn't check to see where it's going. But in Virginia here, the football season's about ready to start, which is a little odd, of course. And they're doing abbreviated seasons here. Football's going to go for the next, 7 weeks or so, and then baseball's going to start. Let's hope anyways. So I think that's why it sold, and I think it probably sold to a state that has football just starting up. So $12.95 plus shipping. I don't know what I picked them up for. If it was a garage sale, it's probably $1. I had another item I was going to talk about, but I can't find it because Blue Ridge Mama listed it, and sometimes her process in here is a little different than mine, so I'm gonna get her in here to talk to y'all. And here we go. Is this upside down? No, it's not. So this is not new, but it does have the box, and this is the one that goes with it. And I'm not gonna open it all, but it had everything with it. And I mentioned it the other day on a video. I said we're gonna try to catch a scammer, I think is what I said. And I did a video of myself showing what this thing was videoing, and I videoed something in here and then showed it was working, had the audio and everything with it, just in case somebody sends me a message and say, hey, this thing isn't working. At least I can show you that it was working. I don't know that eBay would take my video. You think if I sent them a link to eBay and said, look at my video link on YouTube, do you think they'd watch? I don't think they'd watch it. They should, but I don't think they'd watch it. So at any rate, here we go. This one sold pretty quick. Probably could have listed it a little bit more because it had the box. I know that seems dumb, but sometimes when you have the box, it goes for a little bit more. I'm trying to think. There might have been some... Oh, I know what was wrong with it. One of the cords was really in bad shape. But, these things go for good money. Sony, of course, does. I really, really suggest you looking up the model number. Most Sonys are good. Some of the older Sonys aren't as good. But definitely look up the model number on these because you're looking at anywhere between like $15 plus shipping to like $250 or even higher sometimes plus shipping. And if you can find one new in the box by chance, you can make big bucks on them. And people use them for all kinds of things, video transfer and taking the old digital stuff and putting it on new stuff. But if you've never sold those before, or if you're new to eBay, you can find them out there. You can find them often. Now, they don't always work, and you need to be able to test them. Sometimes a huge difference in price if it's tested or not tested. And if you're able to say tested, it'll go pretty quick. So if you're at, Goodwill or something, and they've got a crazy price, $20 or something on it, which isn't necessarily crazy. Matter of fact, I think I bought this one at Goodwill. I think that's where I got it. Now that I think about it, I think I picked this up when it said my Goodwill was opening. I could be wrong. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you buy so much of the same stuff, it's hard to remember. But anyway, this one sold for $125 plus shipping. It's tested working. I'm very confident in this one. If somebody wants to return it, they're going to have to send this whole thing back because it's working. A few more things in here that sold before I go round up my family in here, see if I can get Blue Ridge Mama out here. She's got a couple sales. I think one from Mercari. I don't know, maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And then one that I need to ship out for eBay tonight. But I've got a couple other interesting things that sold too. Let's take a look. The Time magazines from the Rare Finds video down in Columbia, South Carolina. I really like that. I want to do some garage sales in some different places. Let's see. It's not that one. Up, second one down. There we go. Che Guevara right there. That one, I had no doubt would be worth quite a bit of money. It's 1960. You know, the revolution was in January 1st, 1959, down there in Cuba. It says Cuba is Che Guevara, even though he was in Argentina. And I'll tell you what, I will resist. I mean, they have Khrushchev right here, Nikita Khrushchev, and Mao, and, you know, the history teacher and me as we enter the Cold War here in AP World History. Here we go. What's this? Hilton Inn. I love looking at the ads. Conrad Hilton. I guess that's Paris's granddaddy, right? Okay, I'm going to resist talking about that. Maybe I'll talk about it in a minute for inside when we get into eBay. Okay, Communism's Western Beachhead. I just realized I didn't tell you what that sold for. $30 for that one, plus shipping. If you remember, we paid 20 bucks, I think, for the entire lot, and we're well into the profit at this point. All right, I just looked, and it was $20 plus shipping, not 30. So here is the Revereware. And we used, this one was really hard. You'll notice it's not quite as gleaming clean as the other ones. And I scrubbed on it for a while, and I'm like, yeah, it's good enough. We'll take it. $20 plus shipping on this one. And it was, I think this one was part of a lot. Little tea kettle, 1/4. Nothing amazing, but, or maybe this is the one Reagan picked up. I can't remember, but $20 plus shipping for that one. And it is not the best one. There's a bigger one that sells a little bit better, but this one was made in the USA. No, it wasn't. I take it back. Made in Korea. C90C, speaking of the Cold War, right? Not North Korea, not South Korea, Korea. Awesome. I love that sale. And I love selling Revereware. And I do have a YouTube short video that I'm going to come out with. I like doing those YouTube shorts. I don't know if y'all like them or not, but that I'll put out here one of these days, talking about not just how to clean the copper bottom with that Barkeeper's Friend, but I also have a new product that a viewer told me about that gets these looking black again instead of faded, and also how I just shine them up a little bit. So I like that. 20 bucks plus shipping. Next one is a record. Been consistently selling these. Let me see if I can find it. By the way, here's the King Crimson one that some of y'all have asked about. It is a really awesome record, but you can see the condition is not amazing. I think the record itself was okay though. But how cool is that one? I love it. I mean, that's cool. Good stuff right there. But that's not the one that sold. So, let's see if we can find it. It's not Vince Gill. I always take forever doing this. I'm sorry. You all have given me better systems, and I just have not implemented them at all. I need to, though. I need to. There it is. Amadeus. This one went to a viewer. How cool is that cover? And if I remember, not just the cover, but the record itself is in really good shape. All right, this one went to Ragcat Resale. R-A-G-K-A-T. Rodney and Michelle. My husband and I watched your video last night, as we always do. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. When we saw this album, and he was excited, so I had to get it for him. Thank you so much for all the great information. We haven't been selling on eBay for too long, and your videos have helped very much. We also love seeing your beautiful family work together. God bless. Thank you. We appreciate it. And I appreciate the sale, and I appreciate y'all watching, and I hope you enjoy that record. Here's a pretty good little bolo for you. Happy Meal stuff, Happy Meal snack maker, but McDonald's, not Happy Meal toys per se, although we have sold a lot of those successfully lately. There's a lot of toys that are McDonald's toys that do really well. Really well. This one is pretty darn good. Now, I bought this thing because it was so cheap at the 100 Mile Garage Sale, and I have not looked at it. I know Bizarro Kevin was looking at it. I doubt everything is here, but you just never know. It's dirty, needs cleaned. I'm going to check it out and see what exactly is in here. And even if it's not all here, you can part this stuff out. But these can be worth some good money. The really big play sets, couple $100 easy, easy. And these are pretty good too. I got one more back here, and it is a Mercari sale. And I don't even have very many things listed on Mercari, but if you've been watching lately, Mercari's been selling. I think I had like 7 things listed and 3 have sold in the last week, which is crazy because I didn't list anything new. These are all old listings. Let me know out there if you are getting some Mercari sales lately. I'm pretty happy with it. So here we go. P90X, Beachbody stuff. I list this stuff on Mercari just in case. And I don't even remember, my internet is off out here for some reason right now. I can't look it up on my phone, but I'll have to look. For some reason I want to say 22 plus shipping. It had all of this in here. And I remember the sale I bought this out. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe if I can remember, I'll attach it. If not, then maybe I'll remember later. But Beachbody stuff. And this is pretty good one. So 22 plus shipping, I think, is a good deal on this one. I don't really remember what I paid, but we're making a little bit of money. And so many of y'all the other day who aren't selling on Mercari, I mentioned a link that I've had down there forever that I never mentioned. And if you do use that link, you get, I think you get 10 bucks off the bat to spend or something on there. And then 20 down the road or something like that. And I get $10 as well. And I told that to Blue Ridge Mama, and she said, well, how come you don't have my store on there? She wants the money. She didn't want me to get it. And I got enough to buy some chargers. A few people signed up for it the other day for my phone. So you guys are awesome. Hey, let me know out there if you have been selling on Mercari. How's Mercari going? I'm hearing good things lately, at least. And I'm happy making some sales for sure. Thought I'd take just one more second to mention something that people talk about all the time. It's over here in the corner of my shed here, and I never mention it. And there's a reason why. Let me show it to you. They see this and they ask me about it. It is just a little air gun here. And I don't have anything good to give an example. A little duster. And the reason I don't mention it is because the bang for your buck isn't amazing. It was a gift. And I grabbed it because I thought, you know what, this thing's going to replace that spare air, not spare air, but that, you know, air in a can. And it really doesn't. So that air in a can, the first burst out of there is really good. You know, that thin little nozzle. And then after that, it's not very good. So I'm like, that's a waste of money. So I'm like, I'll grab this thing. And I like it and I use it often. But it's not as powerful as I thought it would be. And it's like $79 or something like that. So I think, I'm glad I have it. But I don't think it's worth the money to use. I do have it in the affiliate link, but I would say unless you're like a full-time seller and you do tons of electronics and are willing to use it often, but not, you know, it's going to blow off dust on stuff, right? I'm trying to think of a good example I can show you. I don't really have too much dust around here, but you know, it's going to blow off dust, but it's not going to get anything that's stuck to something. So I don't usually suggest it, but I have so many people commenting all the time because it sits back here that I figured I would say something about it. So there you go. Our Blue Ridge Mama's got another Mercari sale. You've been selling a bunch, and I've been selling on Mercari, and I had like nothing listed, and it still sold. What do you got?
Another Leo.
Another Leo.
Been selling Leos, but that's fine because they've been in a closet for a while.
And so this one's listed.
You found them.
I found them. Oh yeah, I found them. I didn't buy them, but I did find them.
I forgot where I put them. So this was from Justice, which is now gone out of business. But I actually bought this, it's been a year ago, because Reagan wanted one, and I didn't know what size she was going to be in, so I knew I could resell whichever size didn't fit. So just a super cute little Leo, and Justice, Reagan likes those because they're super soft. And it comes with a
But you made money on
it. Yeah, I listed it for like 25 and a lady offered me 19.
Okay.
So I took it.
Awesome. And you know, I've had a Mercari account, and I put my little link down there last year to Mercari, and I never mentioned anything, and I really don't look on Mercari very often. And Blue Ridge Mama found out that I had a ton of unspent Mercari money, and she's very angry.
We now cannot use.
I'm embarrassed to tell you. There are so many viewers that use that link, and I didn't even know it, and it was unspent, and
I would have spent it happily, easily.
So before we got in here, she sent me her link so I could put her link down there instead of mine. So
yes, don't use his. Use mine.
That's right. She'll spend it, she says. At any rate, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I bought this awesome shirt out there at the 100 Mile garage sale. Bought it from a viewer, and I've told it the buttons that I've been selling lately, got that from that viewer too. And I remember I was making a deal, and when I found out they were a viewer, I think I negotiated down from $3.50 to $3, and then they're like, "Hey, are you Commonwealth Picker?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look terrible." I just negotiated from $3.50 to $3, and it's a viewer. And you guys were awesome, really kind. There's a little, boy, look at that. Selling things, what I just, that's cool. And then my air conditioner went on here too, or heater, I guess. It's too daggone cold out there. At any rate, this I paid $2 for, and then it was $1.50 for 3 bags of stuff. I paid $1. I can't remember your name, but thank you. That was really kind of you that day, and we had a nice little conversation, I think off camera as well. So leave a message if you wouldn't mind in the comments. If you do comment, I know some of you don't, but if you remember this, I got this from you, a couple bucks. I just thought it was cool. I saw the tag right here and the Made in the USA, and I thought, hey, this has got to be single stitch. It's not, but it was cool. Only one out there on eBay, and it's obviously like Hard Rock Cafe, except for it's Fort Benning, Georgia Ranger Rock, so the Rangers train there, so the Army Rangers. Not the Texas Rangers, which would make no sense, but whatever, you get the point. Cool shirt, in good shape, no stains on or anything. And I'm like, you know, I'll just list this for like $14 plus shipping, and it worked. It sold in a couple days, so I think that one's pretty cool. Now this shirt's been hanging around a long time. It was a mistake. I think it was a gift that was given to Turner, and it wasn't the right size or something. I can't quite remember, and so I don't think my wife knew what to do with it. She could have sent it back, I suppose. She didn't buy it, and it just sat around. So she decided to list it on eBay, and it sold, I think, for around $8. I didn't write this one down, so it's really light. So we'll make a little bit of money on it, but a viewer bought it, and this makes me happy here. So it's from Terry and from Jen. So my wife and I enjoy watching your YouTube videos and thought we would support your family's eBay store by buying this cute, my phone, I'm looking at my phone this time instead of the computer. This cute shirt for our grandson. We also have a small eBay store, In With the Old Treasures. I like that, In With the Old Treasures, all one word there. And your videos have taught us a lot and encouraged us. Thank you from our family to your family. May God bless and keep you and give you continued success. Terry and Jen, thank you so much, and thank you for the purchase. We do appreciate it. We hope your grandson loves it. All right, I was going to shut this segment down and head back out there, but I told you I'd talk about Shay for just a second. I'm going to try to keep it. I got my clock running here. 30 seconds. All right, let's go 45 seconds. So Shay, when I see a lot of the kids that I teach, and you know, I teach kids all different political backgrounds, all different religious, ethnic backgrounds. That's just where I teach at. So we have a pretty eclectic little group there. And so some kids will come in, and I've seen Shay shirts before, and I'm like, really? Because these kids who would typically, you know, stand for some of those things, they don't know who Shay is. And for Shay to become iconic, even for the left or the whatever, who they're iconic for, I don't think they understand Shay. So she, you know, I've mentioned my own personal history. I have a little Cuban in me. My great grandmother was Cuban. I mean, she was like 4'0" redhead Cuban. She was awesome. And I remember her a little bit. She died obviously when I was young, but I remember her. And she her last name was Rosendo. We're related to Joseph Rosendo, if you ever watch the PBS channel stuff. So Miami had some family down there. They came over from Cuba. And so Shay and the whole Cuban story, I talk about the things ending in nines in the 20th century. 1959, very first day of 1959, Castro's revolution, where Shay comes with Castro to overthrow what is admittedly an awful government, Batista's dictatorship in Cuba, only to replace it with a worse dictatorship in Cuba. I mean, you got to feel for the Cuban folks, you know. When your choices are Batista or Castro and Shay, you know, you don't have many choices. At any rate, you know, Shay did not stand for the best of humanity, for sure. Neither did Batista, for that matter, or Castro, but interesting story for sure. And the fact that he is iconic to some people blows my mind. And that Time magazine, I knew would sell, and I knew it would sell because Shay still has a following. Interesting guy. You know, he's Argentine, and he was a doctor as well, which is interesting. and he was just drawn to controversy and to overthrow and to anything. I mean, it was a magnet to it, and he would go anywhere and do anything to be a part of all kinds of, let's just say, chaos. So at any rate, there's Che Guevara. At any rate, there's enough history for today. I probably went over my time anyway. So thanks for joining us today. We're going to go back out there and do something like we always do, and we appreciate you stopping by, and we hope your sales are going really, really well, and we hope you're not freezing out there. I know it's cold in a lot of places across the country, so we'll see you next time. All right, before we talk to Reagan, I just want, if you hear chicken, that's what, it's actually a chicken that my wife is drying off.
She's warming up a little. Wet and cold out there for days.
What about the other ones? You don't care about them?
I dried them off. She was the most wet. They're already in the coop.
What do you have for us, Reagan?
Thrifty is me got this. Michael got this, and Russell got a sticker.
All right, that's awesome. And Thrifty is Me was one of our earliest, I think she commented on our very first video. She's been a great supporter. She has her own YouTube channel as well, and she changed the name of it. It used to be Thrifty is Me. Now it's Reselling on the Side. So y'all go check her out. She's awesome, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget to get your stickers at commonwealthpicker.com.
Hey, this is from our buddy Mike. This is from the guy who does our merch. We really appreciate this. This is totally on his own, and it's something that y'all been asking for. Go ahead and open it up. So we got all these shirts, and none of them fit these two little homeschool hustlers. He sent you your own shirt and your own child size. What do you think?
That's awesome.
You like it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, can y'all tell Mike thank you?
Thank you, Mike.
That was really, really kind of you. Appreciate it. Look at that. Fits the little people. Love it. Love it.
Thank
All right.
you.